Back here at Baton Field, where Rutgers leads Michigan State 1-0, and they're looking to tack on some more. Here in the bottom of the third, Kevin Welsh, Chris Brito, and Tyler McNamara do up for the Scarlet Knights against Michigan State right-hander Mason Erla. Standing in and batting left is Welsh. The first pitch from Erla, a fastball misses way outside. Ball one. Iverson in on the grass at third, shading for a bunt potentially from Welsh. Welsh reached on E6 his first time up. Erla comes set. He winds and delivers the 1-0. Breaking ball fouled off behind us, and at a play, a ball and a strike.
Justin, you know what I was thinking just as we were coming back? I want to find out the reason that Rutkowski had a ball penalty in the first inning. It kind of got behind us.
That's right. The 1-1. Misses outside, a breaking ball. 2 balls and a strike. Welsh batting left-handed for the Scarlet Knights. He's a switch hitter who's hitting .255 on the season coming in. A little bit of a pest, hard to strike out, likes to get on base, a slap hitter. The 2-1. Fastball on the outside corner, a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Back and in the hole is Iverson at third base, giving Welsh the line if he can slap it down. The 2-2. Breaking ball just tipped foul, so Welsh stays alive. We'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Good job of staying alive there from Welsh. .255 coming into today, and that's up from last season where he was definitely not as strong at the plate.
And the Scarlet Knights really counting on Welsh, batting in the 2-hole much of this season. The 2-2, line down the right field line. It will hook foul. Unfortunately for Welsh, that was ticketed for extra bases. 2 balls and 2 strikes one more time. Erla, the right-hander, pitching to Kevin Welsh.
Welsh just a tad early on that.
Erla winds, delivers the 2-2. Breaking ball hit sharply towards short. On the backhand, it's Bakina, throws across the diamond in time to retire Welsh. 1 away.
Great job of going to his backhand by Bakina right there. Took it on one hop, and it was a little bit of a funny hop, but it went right into his glove. Good throw across the diamond to Antonsic. There's 1 away here.
That'll bring up Chris Brito, the Scarlet Knights freshman corner infielder who played most of his games at first but has shifted over to third in the absence of Tim Desi and Carmen Sclafani today. The first pitch from Erla, fastball, beats Brito up and in for strike 1. Swung on and missed was Brito. Erla comes set again, the 0-1. Fastball in the outside corner, 0-2 quickly.
Brito, 6'2", 215. Showed
He
all
is
that.
every bit of 215. He is so powerfully built.
Oh, yes.
The 0-2. Misses outside, a fastball. Ball 1. 1-2 the count. Rutgers leading Michigan State 1-0 here in the bottom half of the third inning. Infield swung around a little bit to the left. Guarding the line at third is Iverson. The 1-2. Misses upstairs with a fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Mentioned his home run last weekend at Iowa in the beginning of the broadcast. That was just a towering shot.
Dead center.
A lot of raw power from him.
Absolutely. The 2-2 to Brito. Chopped down to first. Moving over is Antonsic. He'll take it to the bag himself. Score that a 3 unassisted. 2 outs now for the Scarlet Knights in the bottom half of the third as Mason Erla has really started to settle in for the Spartans.
He has, and that 5.4 ERA coming into today was, like you said, maybe a little bit deceptive because he really has the stuff.
Well, Sam, in his last start against Indiana State over the weekend, and Indiana State, a team that swept Rutgers earlier this season, he went 9 innings, gave up just 2 hits. So Mason Erla definitely has the stuff. He's given up 3 hits today, and the first pitch to McNamara is popped up, and it should get behind us out of play. It will. Strike 1. Erla's starting to work quickly, getting into more of a rhythm. Infield again swung around to the left against McNamara, which is interesting because he poked an RBI single through the right side his first time up. But 3 infielders are left of second base here. The 0-1. Fastball in the outside corner, 0-2.
He's been living on that outside corner quite a bit here today in the first couple innings, Justin.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on base. Erla winds. The righty delivers. Misses outside and in the dirt. A ball and 2 strikes on McNamara. So while the infield swung around to the left, the outfield, in fact, swung around to the right a little bit for Michigan State. A ball and 2 strikes. Erla delivers. It's chopped towards first. Hauled in by the first baseman, Antoncic. He throws to the pitcher, Erla covering first base, and just like that, the side is retired. 3 groundouts from Erla, and we head to the top half of the 4th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Rutgers 1, Michigan State 0. Keep it locked. This is the radio home for Rutgers baseball, WRSU-FM New Brunswick. Back here at Baton Field, Justin Sontupe, Sam Marsdale on the call for WRSU. Rutgers in front of Michigan State 1-0. Victor Valderrama, Luke Bowerbank, and Peter Ceruto due up in the bottom half of the 4th inning for the Scarlet Knights. Rutgers got their first run across in the first when Mike Neister led off with a single and eventually came in to score on a Tyler McNamara RBI single through the right side. That is how the Scarlet Knights took their lead. That was the only scoring we have seen today. And now we head to the bottom half of the 4th with Rutgers looking to tack on to their lead. It's a gorgeous day today. You know what I would be doing right now, Sam, if I wasn't calling this baseball game with you?
You'd be playing golf. I know you too well.
Darn straight I would. I still may play golf after this game. The way it's rolling along, I may have time to get in 18 holes this afternoon. A little twilight round. It's the Masters. I'm in the golfing spirit.
I will say something, though. I am thrilled to be here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love spending afternoons here.
Oh, absolutely. The first pitch from Erla to Valderrama is fouled down the third base line. No balls and a strike. Victor Valderrama struck out his first time up. Yes, Sam, what were you saying?
Oh, no. I just said I know you love being at the golf course and here.
I am thrilled to be here with you. We don't have very many of these calls left this year, unfortunately. The 0-1 lifted down the right field line, slicing towards the corner and out of play. Foul towards the Rutgers bullpen. That'll be no balls and 2 strikes on Valderrama.
I've been wanting to play golf so bad.
I would love to see you on the golf course.
When I was down in Florida over New Year's, I went up to my Uncle Kevin, who plays in the senior tournaments, and I said, hey, you got to give me golfing lessons.
And what did he say?
He said, absolutely. We had a great day out on the links together.
No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch, fastball, swung on and missed, up in the zone, let her high, and down goes Valderrama swinging for the second time today. So Erla has really settled in after giving up base runners to 3 of the first 4 Scarlet Knights hitters. He has retired 9 of the last 10.
Really getting into a groove here.
And now the batter is Luke Bowerbank. He struck out his first time up. And the first pitch from Erla, a fastball outside, ball 1.
Bowerbank, a bit confusing to me early in the year why he wasn't hitting up in the order. I think that's where he's best suited, but hasn't performed this year.
The 1-0. Misses upstairs, just above the belt. 2 balls and no strikes.
Was a high on base guy last year for the Scarlet Knights, and I thought they would have started him in the leadoff role this year, but he's been batting in the 6th or 7th hole more often than not.
And he hasn't really succeeded. Hasn't hit much at all this season. The 2-0. Foul down the third base line, slicing towards the corner, and that will bounce out of play. Strike 1. 2 balls and a strike to Luke Bowerbank, who is batting just .131 this season coming in. Peter Ceruto waits on deck, the catcher who was a Major League Baseball draft pick out of high school before deciding to honor his commitment to the Scarlet Knights and play a couple years in college. 2 balls and a strike to Bowerbank. The pitch. Fastball just off the outside corner. 3 balls and a strike.
I think that was a good decision for Ceruto. Not telling him how to live his life, but definitely has some work to do defensively behind the plate, and I think it's best you do that at the college level.
3 balls and a strike to Bowerbank. Erla's pitch misses outside with a fastball. Ball 4. Luke Bowerbank draws the 1-out walk. So a speedy base runner aboard for the Scarlet Knights as Peter Ceruto will stand in from the right-hand side.
You know, in the minor leagues, if you get behind somebody, you keep burying yourself on the depth chart. And here, that doesn't happen. With a draft pick like Peter Ceruto, the stick that he has, they're absolutely going to work with him here. And I expect him to be a draft pick in a couple of years as well.
Bowerbank takes his lead off of first. Erla delivers a slider, and it's taken well by Ceruto outside and low. 1 ball, no strikes.
Always love when he comes to the plate, too. His walk-up songs is one of my favorite ones.
What is it? I missed it.
Burning Man by Dierks Bentley and Brothers Osborne.
I'm not a big music fan. That stuff just doesn't really do it for me. the 1-0, and instead of throwing to the plate, Erla will check in on Bowerbank, who dives back in safely. Ceruto grounded out to second base his first time up. Bowerbank takes the lead off of first base. 2 steals and 3 attempts this season for the senior outfielder. Fastball is low, 2 balls and no strikes.
Hitters count here for Ceruto.
Even with the bag and guarding the line at third base is Iverson. Bowerbank takes a little bit of a lead and now stretches it out a bit further. 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch to Ceruto. Slider in there, call it strike at the knees, 2-1.
Mention the hitters count. What I was going to say is I wonder if they're going to maybe think about some hit and runs. Scarlet Knights have been pretty dry on offense since the first inning. Bowerbank 2 of 3 in steals on the year if Ceruto were to cut and miss.
I think that is a great idea to hit and run. Would keep you out of the double play. And Erla will check back in on Bowerbank, who dives back safely at first. And the count's still 2-1, 1 away, bottom half of the 4th inning. Rutgers 1, Michigan State 0.
Erla definitely thinks it's a possibility.
Ceruto definitely a double play candidate at the plate, too. And Erla checks in again on Bowerbank. That's the 3rd time this at-bat that he has thrown over to first. Bowerbank safely all 3 times, and it was not particularly close any time. Excuse me. Iverson even with the bag at 3rd. Erla would love a 6-4-3 to get him through this inning. There goes Bowerbank. Slider grounded towards short. And it's bobbled by the shortstop, Bakina, and he's got enough time to throw over to first to retire Ceruto. But by running, Bowerbank able to stay out of the double play, and he moves up to second base on the 6-3 putout.
Knew they were going to think about it there. They stay out of the double play. There are 2 outs now in the inning. David Soto up. This is where Coach Laterio is really missing Desi and Sclafani today. David Soto really hasn't looked like much of a player this year. Let's see if he can get on base in any way. Hand it over to Blum, who had a base hit earlier today.
Soto mostly in the lineup for his glove, not at all for his bat. 3 for 41 on the season. That is below .075. The first pitch to Soto, a breaking ball in there, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 away. Bowerbank with very good speed at second base. Soto, good speed at the plate. Rutgers in front of Michigan State 1-0 here on this beautiful spring Friday afternoon at Baton Field. Erla comes set at the belt. Out of the stretch, the righty delivers. The 0-1. Breaking ball again, same spot, 0-2.
Ando's cheating a little bit, not as much as he has been all day. I don't think Bowerbank's going to be going with 2 outs. But with Soto at the plate, I think Erla's just focused on him.
Erla struck out looking his first time up, and now the count is 0-2. The pitch from Erla. Fastball fouled off to the left side and hauled in by Jim Duffy over there in the third base coaching box. So we will do it again with no balls and 2 strikes and 2 away here at Baton Field in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Soto the batter, Bowerbank at second base. He's got very good speed. Erla has really settled in nicely for the Spartans since giving up a first inning run. Out of the stretch. Erla comes set. The 0-2. Breaking ball, line down the left field line. That's a base hit for Soto. Rounding third and walking home is Luke Bowerbank. An RBI single for David Soto, and the Scarlet Knights go in front 2-0.
Now, how do you like that? David Soto, 3 for 41 on the year. Gets behind 0-2, gets a ball on him, and then slaps one to left field. You knew that was getting down from the moment it left the bat. The Scarlet Knights up 2-0 thanks to an unlikely hero in David Soto.
Just the 4th hit of the season and the 3rd RBI of the season for the freshman Soto. And he's now aboard at first base with Mike Neister on deck and Kevin Blum, the batter. 2-0 Scarlet Knights. Erla set at the belt. There goes Soto. It's a fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. The throw down, not in time, a stolen base for Soto. And I was just thinking they should turn Soto loose here. Put him in scoring position, see if Blum can get a single. Worst comes to worst, Blum leads off the next inning with the top of the order behind him.
Great jump there. He would have been safe regardless. Ando could not come up with the throw on 1 hop.
So a stolen base for Soto, his 2nd stolen base of the season. And Rutgers is a base hit away from going in front 3-0. Blum singled and stole a base back in the second inning. That was his first time up. He's got just 6 RBIs on the season, looking for a 7th. The 0-1 gets behind the catcher. Lacayo and Soto will move over to third base. Scored that a wild pitch, I'm sure, that was in the dirt and squirted right through the legs of Lacayo. So now 90 feet away is David Soto at third.
Yeah, and Blum hit Erla's fastball earlier in the day for a single up the middle. And with 2 out and with a runner on third here, Erla has to be really careful not to do that again, or the Scarlet Knights are going to be up 3-0 on a gift from him.
Certainly. The 1-1 now. With 2 away, it's 2-0 Scarlet Knights. It's a fastball line towards the right side. Base hit. Kevin Blum walking home is Soto. And with Blum's second hit of the day, the Scarlet Knights jump ahead 3-0.